What's up, everybody? My name's EP. I'm a refrigeration HVAC technician, been one for almost 18 years. I got into HVAC right at the time where R12 was going out and 134 was coming in and R22 and all that stuff. Some people would consider that the good old days. But anyway, today I want to rant about R600. R600 is a new refrigerant that they putting out for refrigerators and in cars to replace 134A. 134A is amazing. It works fine. It's easy to use, blah, blah, blah. You can braze with it, whatever. So the thing is about being a technician, we've learned I guess what you would consider the old ways by using brazing rods and using turbo torches and what sorts. Turbo torches came along a little bit later, which makes life even more easier. But anyway, being a refrigeration tech is a pain in the ass anyway, because a lot of stuff you got to carry, blah, blah, blah. Tons of stuff. You got 3 tanks you got to bring in, a compressor, all these tools. So anyway, R600 is a complete pain in the ass. It seems like it's designed for you to fail. Everything has to be 100% perfect in order for you to even do the job. And if it's not, it's gonna you fail. It's gonna fail. You can't freestyle. Meaning, like, if you're an old school technician and you braze, you can always make things work. You know what I'm saying? If it doesn't fit right, you can use your reamer or something, some kind of tool to make the pieces fit. Use an extra piece of tubing, whatever. You always know some kind of way to make it work. We've all been in a pinch where something didn't fit right, and we had all this extra stuff. We made it work. We spent a little extra time, but we make it work. R600, you can't do that. It's a one-shot deal. So like if you don't have the proper fittings, first of all, you need these fittings, these lock rings, which in theory seems good. Oh, I don't have to braze anymore, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it seems good in theory because there's one less thing you have to do. But in order to do that, you have to go through a whole lot of extra stuff, meaning you have to measure with your vernier calipers and all of that. The measurements aren't always exact because, say for example, if you measure one that's like 7.2 millimeters, you know, you look up the part, which is a long, like 6-7 number digit. You look it up, and the only other number is there is like, so you have to either round up or round down. You should always round down because it's got to fit snugly on the damn tube. So with that being said, even if you get it the right one, if it fits and it's good, you got one shot to put it on. And with this stupid tool that you need to use to put the lock ring on, it looks like big ass lock cutters, you know. And if you miss, meaning like if you don't get that thing to sit right in the tool to clamp it on the 2 pieces of pipe that you're doing, that's a miss. And if you miss, the whole thing is a wash because it's gonna leak and you can't fix it. You have to cut it out. And then if you don't have another fitting or more pieces of tube, especially if you connect it to a compressor, it's a miss. You can't fix that. It sucks. So it's like the industry does these things to protect the environment and all this other crap, but it's really a huge inconvenience, number one, for the customer, and it's a huge inconvenience and a whole lot of extra headaches for the technician. Because I've learned once that if these fittings, they don't fit, don't be brave, don't be tough, don't be overconfident like I can make this work, I can do this. You can't do that no more. No mas. You can't do it. You can't feel like you can make it work. You can't use your skills, a torch, and a little bit of creativity to make it work. That just ain't happening no more. So R600 is a pain in the ass. The only way you can do R600 successfully is on a workbench with a couple of extra fittings. On a workbench. You ain't gonna find no freaking workbench nowhere out in the field. You might as well forget that. Because once you, like I said, you got one shot with that fitting to put it on. And if that don't work, you're gonna have to cut it. which means you're going to cut off at least a ½ inch off that piece of tubing that you put that fitting on that didn't work, that you missed on. So like I always say, it's using 600 is like trying to hit a home run with one pitch. It sucks. So if you're out there and you're a technician, hang tight, try your best to do the best you can. But if you don't know it, if those things don't fit, refuse it, reschedule it, whatever you got to do, because it ain't worth going through all of that to ruin the system. Trust me, I've done it, and I ain't gonna do that no more. And if you out there in the market for a new refrigerator, please don't buy an R600 unit. It's a pain in the ass. They're hard to fix. If something goes wrong, especially with the compressor, you get a leak somewhere in the system, you might as well just buy a whole nother unit. Because even if you fix it, it ain't really guaranteed. How long is that lock ring gonna hold? You gotta put this stupid glue stuff on there too. How long is that gonna hold? I have no idea. So anyway, that's my R600 rant for today. Yeah, anyway, been doing this for a long time. I've gone through, getting used to 134A, got used to using 410, and a whole lot of other different refrigerants that they work fine. They're no different. But why 600A? Why now? You know what I mean? It's flammable. If you don't know what R600A is, let me back up a little bit. R600A is basically what's called isobutane. Isobutane is basically lighter fluid, or it's the same stuff that's a projectorant in hairspray and stuff like that. If you look on the ingredients on hairspray or any kind of spray, you'll see down there on the bottom isobutane. It's a liquid gas, and it's I guess it's safe for the environment, but it's a pain in the ass to work with. So buyer beware, technicians be brave. This is EP, the technician, and I'll holler at y'all. Peace and love.